It is my privilege to introduce Chad Drummond. This is not his first time at Job Team, but he hasn't been here a lot. Chad, thank you for coming and sharing your job search story and all that started to pick up fast for you in the last couple months.
Actually, yeah. With some of the changes that you and I have been talking about, that's when I really started getting more hits and a lot more traction in the job search. How far back do you want me to go? What do you want me to cover, Steve?
You cover as far back as you want. Well, you don't need to go back to the beginning of time, but hey, maybe it would help people know where you came from, that you came from one of the largest states in the country.
Yeah, moved, had an opportunity to build a home here in Park City, Utah. Moved from Southern California. Um, Actually, it is snowing quite a bit outside right now. Um, so we were building our home here. We moved here in January of all months. Great month to move to an area that has feet of snow. Um, I was working for a very large HMO, Kaiser Permanente, and they offered a voluntary severance at the exact same time that we were getting ready to leave. So job searching hasn't exactly been a major focus because with the severance and everything, it wasn't like, oh, I've got to get a job now. Um, but I noticed at the beginning when we first moved here and I was doing some applications and stuff, I would apply for, I don't know, say between 5 and 15 different companies a week, and I wasn't hearing anything back. Um, a lot of the positions I was looking for were remote, which I guess in a way, because everybody else is applying for remote, that was going against the entire country. But I just wasn't getting anything back. I tried a couple of paid companies. I tried Swooped. Swooped is pretty good. It really does help you with generating your introductory letters and that kind of stuff. It does go over your resume and will definitely tweak it for the position that you're applying for. I think it was about $150 for the year. The thing about Swoop that I noticed is it was putting stuff into my resume, even if I didn't do it just to match the criteria. So that's something you have to go back and look at. Any of these sites that you use, go back and reread to make sure that it didn't put something in that all of a sudden you're like, hey, wait a minute, I actually didn't do that. Tried that. Was starting to get a lot more. I got a couple interviews with University of Utah, with the DA's office in Salt Lake City. Still nothing really panned out. Those weren't exactly the best fits, but at least my resume was now being looked at. Fast forward a bit, tried another company called Massive. That honestly was a complete waste. I never got a hit from them at all. They say, "Oh yeah, we apply for you. We do this, we do that." No, nothing. Steve recommended a company that he'd heard called JobRite.ai. Um, I used JobRite.ai to help tweak my resume a little more. And then I used Google Gemini that's the Google's AI, to help me tweak the bullets. What I do is I grab my bullet, throw it into Gemini, and then I would work it until it sounded much, much better. And I did that with all the bullets in my resume for the jobs that I had listed in there. Once I did that, I started getting hit after hit after hit. And in the last month, I've interviewed with probably about 8 or 9 companies. So it was definitely a major change that really, really helped. The one thing that I found that was also interesting in my job search is make sure that you're available for whatever sites you're using, that you're showing that you're interested in looking for a position. Um, Via LinkedIn, I had 3 companies reach out to me, asking if I was interested in a position that they were um, hoping to fill. One was definitely way under what I was looking for, but the fact that they were reaching out was the interesting part. In fact, the position that I was just offered, I never applied for. I was reached out via contact through Indeed, and they wanted to set up an interview. That interview was just like the recruiter. Within a week, I was interviewing with who would be my manager, and she's like, "Oh, so you're interviewing other places?" I said yes. And then about a week later, I got a call saying that, "Oh, we've got some things we got to rework and figure out. We're going to postpone a decision until after November 1st." And then about 2 days later, no, the very next day, actually, I got a call back saying that the VP of IT would like to talk to me. And so I talked to him last Tuesday, and Wednesday I had an offer. So they decided because that I was looking at other positions and stuff that they wanted to move with me very quickly. And I'm now going through all the interviewing or oh, sorry, all the hiring processes with them. So the things that I learned is number one, don't rely on one site. One site is not necessarily going to do anything for you. Find as many as you can. Find the freebies. Jobride.ai, Indeed, use your LinkedIn, stuff like that. Also, if you show that you're available, that's what I found. Again, they found me. But I had multiple companies over the past year reach out, seeing if I was interested in the positions that they were offering. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't think that just one particular site's going to do it for you. But, branch out a little bit. Use, the AI to help you on this one, then turn around and use what you just did and try it in another one to see if that gives you some additional information. And that's what I did. And that's what really, really helped out. And I started getting noticed. So that's kind of basically my story.
Chad, will you share your experience of going to a virtual and a in-person career fair at the U and what that led to?
Um, the virtual career fair, the first one, actually, I did my research ahead of time with the virtual career fairs because they give you a list of companies that were there. And I knew going in, I'm going to look at this company, this company, this company, because they had positions that I was interested in. Um, but then once I reached there, what you do in the virtual career fair, especially the one that the state puts on, they have you, what they recommend is you do like a little self-introductory blurb. That little blurb says, "Hi, I'm Chad Drummond. I've got X amount of years of experience in this and this and this and this. I see that you have these positions posted and, whatever you want to say about them and what you think that you'd contribute to them." I did that for University of Utah, and they said, "Well, we don't really have anything that quite matches what you've got, but we do have this other position that's going to be posted." And that's how I got my first interview with the University of Utah was going that way. Um, On-site career fairs are really good. They're great ways to network. And it is interesting if you've applied places. Um, I went and talked to City of Salt Lake, and this was before I interviewed with the DA's department. The guy's like, "I know your name. I saw your name somewhere. I think we looked at your resume." So they see when you apply, they see who you are, and having putting a face to name can really help out. But the University of Utah job fair, what was that like May, June?
I think so.
Um, Went to that, and that was really, really good. It was a great place to network. There was a lot of companies there. So keep an eye out for those. They're really great opportunities to get your name out there.
Okay. We talk about when the Wasatch Employer Network. You've come a couple times.
Yes,
You've met a few people here in person.
yes, I do believe so. Those are great events. Those are really, really good events, including the SHRM one as well. That's also a really good event. They're great ways to get to again get your name out there, meet some of the people. Um, it's honestly it's about networking, getting to know people, them getting to know you. They're really good events. They're great people, and you can take information. I also met somebody, and I took their resume in case I came across anything that I might know that they'd be interested in. It's a great group of people to work with for when. And hopefully, in the position that I'm going into, I might have an opportunity to contribute from the other side of it. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay. I'm going to put people up with you as I normally do. I'll put first spot. I'll put Mike Anderson. It's gonna be a random and no one's gonna know. So just be prepared. This is just like a interview when they ask you the question you don't expect.
So, Chad, I appreciate you sharing your story. I haven't tried Google Gemini for customizing bullet points, but I will. Um, so, great piece of advice, and I'm gonna and also start looking at other sites as well. I'm finding Indeed runs a little slow at getting jobs to me,
Mhm.
slower than LinkedIn. But Job Right, I'll check that out too.
Yeah, Steve recommended Job Right, and that it. I don't know what they cover, but for me, there was quite a few positions that I immediately kind of went, oh, kind of interesting. Okay.
Good. Something else that you said clued me into. I missed an opportunity with my highlights for the week when you said you also took resumes from other people. My entire team, where at the company where I worked, has now been let go, and
Wow.
so yeah, so I'm working now on helping them find new positions as well. And when I see something that I think that they're qualified for and might be interested in, I forward it to them just as quick as I can. So
Mhm.
that's kind of a highlight too, I guess. Anyhow, thank you, Chad.
Yep.
Appreciate the useful hints.
Hmm.
Okay. Next up is Kevin.
Hey, congratulations, Chad. What particular area do you work in?
I'm in IT. I'm going to be supervising multiple teams, including workforce management and QA and knowledge for a small company based out of Colorado.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
I appreciate the tips as well. Like Mike said, I'll take a look at a couple of those. Yeah, I don't have much else other congratulations and appreciate the coming back and telling your story.
mhm, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Next up is Roger.
Hi, Chad.
Hey, Roger.
Um, Congratulations on
Thank
getting
you.
a job. It's good that you can get one remote. 'Cause I know
Yes.
living in Park City is it's quite nice.
Yes.
So
And quite snowy.
yeah, it's been raining here all night long. So we're up in Kaysville here.
Mm,
When you used Google Gemini, was it you said?
yeah.
Did you do your bullet points? How much did it change them, and what did it do for you to make
Um,
it so that you got better hits?
so what I found is I tend to write like I talk versus more of an elegant or a professional writing. And so what it did is it reorganized the sentence so it sounded more professional. And then and in some cases it actually said it would sound better if you change this to that. Yeah, like verbiage and some stuff like that. It just made it sound more professional and actually made me think, and I had to include a little more like data instead of just oh yeah, we improved customer satisfaction for my team. It said, why don't you put in metrics of what you improved it to and stuff like that.
Did you put your job description that you were applying for in their bullet points when you did it?
What I did is I said I did this for 20, because I worked for Kaiser Permanente for 25 years. And then I started with each of the bullet points and stuff. And it actually started kind of saying, oh, because you were, an IT manager, boom, 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 boom. And it started kind of putting it. So if you kind of give it the more AI, in AI, they call it prompting. So the better your prompt, the better your output. So the more information you kind of give it, the more it can help you with what you're doing. So if you want to tailor it to a particular job, putting in I'm applying for XYZ, I have XYZ of experience in it, and then can you help me with these bullet points? And it will do it. And it will kind of reword them and tailor them a little bit better for that.
You feel that really helped you get more interviews and hits on that?
Yeah, right after I did that and the JobRite Data AI, when it went through it, I took that what JobRite 8.ai did. I then took that and the bullet points and then started having Gemini, and we just tweaked it more and more. Each bullet point was a couple of iterations. It wasn't like, oh, one and done. But right after that is when I started getting a lot more hits.
Did you change what you had on your LinkedIn profile with the bullet points too? Or did you
Mm-mm.
just keep them on your resume?
I just kept them on my resume. It is a good idea. If you wanted to do that, it might actually help as well. I didn't think about that.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I never thought about that.
You could probably do the same thing with ChatGPT. It'd probably be the same kind of idea. I have some Google certs. So Gemini for me, I don't know what level, but it's free for me to use. I think it's the basic AI is free. I just don't know what level. But ChatGPT will do the same thing.
Yeah, I use Claudia, and
Okay.
it's pretty good like that too.
Yeah, it'd probably be about the same.
Okay, thank you. Have congratulations. Hope it all works out for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Next up is Don Guyman.
I just wanted to say congratulations. I know it's always a relief to get that over with. So I appreciate your story and all the different ideas. And I'm going to check out whatever the jobscan.ai. So
Yeah.
I've used
Yeah,
some of the others. So
jobright.ai. It's free, which is the even better part.
awesome. No, thank you and congratulations. And
Thank you.
it's not rain and don't have too much fun in the snow.
We're going to try not to.
Well, where did you work at in California, if I'm asked, for Kaiser?
I was actually out of their data center in Southern California.
Okay. I had a brother work for Kaiser, but in a different part of the state. So nevertheless, congratulations.
Thank you.
Mike beat me to it. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. And that JobRight AI came from this group. So, if for some of those who've been around for a little while, they realize that the JobRight.ai, some of people it didn't work for them, and then they started using it again, and that's where quite a few people got their leads at the end, but it wasn't working at the beginning. So next up is Jason Green.
Well, good morning and congratulations.
Thank you.
I because there was somebody else on this call that was working for law enforcement. I was interested that you're getting some kind of response from the DA's office for doing IT.
It was an administrative manager position. And since I have a lot of customer service and administrative work and what I did, because I was a manager at a service desk, it kind of crossed over. So I was able to
That's
interview with them.
And who is it that you actually ended up with then? I may
Company
have
is
missed
called,
that.
sorry, the company is called Istonish. It's a smaller company based out of Colorado. They do a lot of managed service provider work.
Istonish.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you were getting responses through networking. Is that somebody that you knew or?
No, it's actually through Indeed. They reached out because they saw my resume out there.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
I had a couple that way through LinkedIn as well. So that's how I got this job, is purely the fact that they saw my resume and she called me and said, "Hey, I think you're a great opportunity, great opportunity for you. Would you like to interview?"
Well, congratulations again and
Thank you.
Enjoy the snow.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Brett Hadley.
Yes, the questions I have. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Way to go. As far as using the AI, I'm going to kind of walk you through my process that I've been doing, and then let me know if you have any recommended tweaks to it. Again, I'm not looking for you to be an absolute expert on this, but looks like it landed some interviews and some jobs that way. So what I do is I look at the bullet points, what they're looking for, and then I say I go into I use what is this one? It's the Microsoft Copilot. I say, please reword the following for a resume bullet point, and then I paste in that job description, and then it gives me 3 or 4 different ones that I can pick from, and then I kind of sometimes I copy it word for word, sometimes I reword it a little bit just because AI is a little bit clunky on the wording sometimes. And then what I do is I do that for all my bullet points, and then I say, Copilot resort my bullet points based off this criteria. Then I paste in the whole criteria and then my bullet points, and then it kind of adjusts so it flows a little bit better.
Iterative.
Do you have any additional tips with that?
The one thing that I did do is don't take the first iteration of the bullet point.
Okay.
Read through it and ask it again. So what did I do? What I did is I took it and then I'm trying to remember what I did. But I basically asked it with Gemini, I think I asked it for like a longer version and a shorter version.
Uh-huh.
And then I started asking it to do like iterations from there. Because the
Okay.
longer version gives you more. And then if you start and then shorten it, you sometimes do get a different bullet point than if you were to take in the original one. So, and
Okay.
then choose the best one that fits for what you're applying for.
Okay. Because I've heard that some companies are able to sniff out AI generated resumes. So I
Yes.
was wondering if there's extra extra layers that we can build in to help prevent that. So okay,
That's why I do the iterations
perfect. Okay,
because then it doesn't seem like an AI generated versus like just AI assisted. Like
yeah,
it went through it and said, "Oh yeah, looks good," or tweak this, tweak that. Because if you ask AI to do it, it looks way different versus
yeah,
if you ask it to help you with your bullet points. It just looks it tightens it up a little bit and it makes it a little more professional versus looking AI generated.
got you there. Okay,
Sorry, interrupter question. You do that one bullet point at a time, or do you just put on a whole bunch of bullet points and do it?
I did it one bullet point at a time. It took me a
Really?
couple of days to go through my whole resume that way. Just because I wanted each one to really stand out. But what I did is that's for my base resume. I did one at a time. And then later on, when you're tweaking it for the particular positions you're applying for, then I grabbed the position that I was doing and did it that way. But for my base resume, I did it one bullet point at a time.
Any more questions, Brett?
no, no, that's it. Thank you very much, Chad, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is Stan.
Congratulations. Thanks for all your tips. A lot of them are very helpful for me. Some of the other people already covered what I wanted to talk about, but I'll just briefly, like I've been using to help with my resumes, Chat GPT, Grok, Gemini, I think even Microsoft Copilot. But I found lately Gemini is pretty good. And what I've been doing is like I would paste in the job description. I have a base resume. I'd paste in the job description and then say, paste in my base resume and say, lightly tailor my resume to better fit this job description. And it would give me something and, it wouldn't be perfect. So I'd edit it and, tinker with it. And the more you iterate, the better it looks usually. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree with the comments here. So yeah, thank you and
No,
congratulations again. Yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Next up is Mike. The other Mike. The cool glasses Mike.
Yeah, that's the first thing I call out on Zoom calls now is I know these are a little Mad Max, but they prevent me from getting migraines at the end of a workday. So,
Hey, if that's what works.
yep. But yeah, just to echo what other people have said, thanks, Chad. It's great.
Mhm.
It 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 sounds like what you have expressed with AI is kind of in line with like using AI for programming as well. If you just say, you know, Claude, do my work for me, it'll kick something out. It might work, but it's not going to be pretty and
Mhm.
there's going to be holes in it. So much better to take the AI assisted route. I
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
And
Um,
I
okay.
went and learned, I got a couple of certificates in AI. And what I learned is it's about prompting. It's what you put into it is what you get out of it. The more information and the more iterations that you put into it, the better your result.
One of the things that we had an AI training at my previous company, was it called out. Uh, you can set custom preferences in most AI assistants. Don't One of the most important things they said is don't be overly praising. Don't try to say everything that I come up with is the best. Challenge my assumptions and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
When you were doing your bullet points, were you just going down every different different job that you had and giving it the specific point for each of those jobs? Or I guess clarification on what do you mean by
Um,
bullet points?
so in my top two roles, what I did is I highlighted areas that fit what I was really trying to go for. If there was particular metrics that I wanted to highlight, I really focused on those. And then the other ones I just said, um, does this flow well? How does this sound? If you were a recruiter and you saw this, what do you think? I'd ask those kinds of questions. And then I would just, do a couple iterations of that and just help me tweak the writing a little bit, just to make it sound a little bit better.
Okay, cool. No, that's good. And my other questions have already been asked and answered, so thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I think look around the Zoom. I think I've called on everybody that was here at the beginning. I know Brad hopped in kind of late because I know he's still working, and I'm not sure who Breath is. I should, but I don't. So, um, but
I'm
let's.
sorry, that's me. That's Brett Hadley. I jumped off from my phone and added my computer. So
Okay, Brett.
yeah,
I'll change that.
Brett H.
Okay. All right. Um, So Chad, any last parting thoughts that you have, encouragement, do's and don'ts that you found the hard way?
Um, the one thing that I'm going to have to say, I've actually been job hunting since February. So don't give up. It does get very disheartening. Now my wife was working and I did have a severance package coming in. So I wasn't like totally under the gun, but don't give up. Just, keep trying different things, listen to what, maybe try out what people have recommended. What worked for me might not work for you, but at the same time, maybe you find something off of what I did that ends up working for you. But don't give up. Keep trying. Keep getting out there, making contacts. Steve's a great person. If he says, "Hey, we got this event here," try going to him. I've met a couple great people who are helping me along the line as well. Um, Tori, and several others. Great people to work with. Um, just keep going. It can be maddening. I it can be very maddening. So don't give up. Keep going, and hopefully you'll be in my position very soon.
Okay. Thank you. I want to show a big thank you. Everybody show a big thank you. Okay. And Chad, we'll still continue to talk.
Sounds good. I've
So
got
Chad,
actually got to run off to an appointment pretty soon too, so this works. Go ahead.
this is Mike Anderson. Chad, I put a note in the chat. Um, when ski season opens, look for a big-ish red and black blob with silver pants. Well, not silver, but light gray. There's a good chance that'll be me. And feel free to come up and say, "Hey, it'd be good to
These
see
two
you."
these two guys dwarf me. I've met both of them, and you never know how tall people are, and because you can't tell here in Zoom. Actually, they're both tall, and I'm not that tall. I mean, in my story I am, but but yeah, you should probably set a picture. Go like, okay, I'll be there on the slope today. Look for me.
It'll either
Yeah,
be opening day or the day after. I'll be there plenty of times,
yeah,
unless I break something prematurely. That has
yeah. Park
happened.
City. Do you go to the canyons or you go to like Park City, Maine?
Both.
Both. Yeah, they're about 15, 20 minutes from where we are. We're on the edge. My property line is a Summit County, Salt Lake County line.
So I live in Provo, so it's a 40-minute drive, but we love to make it. We get the season passes, so we're out there.
Oh yeah,
Usually my wife, my son, and I.
nice, nice. Yeah, I think my wife and my daughter are going to be doing that this year, and I'm like, yeah, no thanks, not me this year.
Oh.
I've got arthritis and it's already acting up, so I'm gonna set this one out.
I'm worried this might be my last season, but I'm going to try hard not to have it be.
Yep. And the more you stay active, the healthier you can be.
Mm-hmm. All right, Steve, back to you.
I'm gonna end the recording, but we're gonna continue on. So I'm hopefully I hit the right button and I don't do what I've done in the past and just delete the whole thing. So here we go. Again, Chad, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you on our next meeting.
Yep, sounds good. Take care, everyone.
Oh, by the way,
you.
he didn't tell you one thing. He still has some interviews coming. Still has some interviews coming. So, yeah.
Yeah, they already scheduled and I didn't. I thought that'd be rude to cancel them.
So who knows? Maybe he'll come back and tell us you took a different job.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe something better would come along there. So
Yeah,
never give up.
yeah, never give up. That's it.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you, everyone.
All right.